Okay, so it's Mercury retrograde and you are freaking out. Let me guess. You open up your astrology app and you're like, whoa, it's Mercury retrograde. No contracts are going to work out. The whole communication system's going to get broken down. I can't travel. And my ex is definitely going to be texting me back. And not the one that I want to text me back. The one that I absolutely cannot stand. But then somehow I always answer his texts anyway. All right. So my name is Michelle Juanita Lamont. And Mercury retrograde isn't fucking you over. You are fucking you over. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean by that. So Mercury retrograde is an actual like a magnetic field that is happening around the planet when the planet Mercury comes in our orbit. So let's talk about what that means. In our brain, we have a filter. The filter is called the reticular activation system. And the RAS for short. And the reticular activation system filters out both the good and the bad. And you understand this by the way that you're communicating, by the way that you're behaving, and how you interact here by what you're doing during Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is literally the mirror from the planet. So it holds up everything that you have refused to take care of since this year started. Okay. And when you are dealing with Mercury retrograde, you have to understand that your brain is already in this, and this is science, not woo-woo. The brain's reticular activation system is already biased to filter out what you're focusing on. So if you all of a sudden say, okay, it's Mercury retrograde, everything's going to be falling apart, then you're going to have what's called confirmation bias, okay? And confirmation bias is a scientific term that when your reticular activation system is looking for the things to fall apart, and so therefore it has to. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't a real phenomenon, because it is, but I want to remind you that your reticular activation system is designed to help us decide what will work and what won't, but it also has a confirmation bias. So in your brain, you already know that when you see Mercury retrograde, what happens? Mercury retrograde is like the communications, contracts, and people planet. And so when this mirror is being held up to you, you may not like what you see because you don't like what you've built. Mercury retrograde isn't creating something. It's highlighting something. It's pushing it out into your reality so you can deal with the issues. You see, the planets don't control you. Your response to the planets is what is controlling you. And so when you start to talk about that confirmation bias and you start to decide that, okay, glitches are happening. Look, I didn't get that job because it's Mercury retrograde. They didn't sign that contract because it's Mercury retrograde. My favorite person in the world isn't texting me back because it's Mercury retrograde. Sorry, guys. I always forget to look at the camera. My brain just... So the reticular activation system is literally saying to you, this is why things aren't happening. But the truth is, sometimes when things don't work out, it's the universe's course correction saying you didn't want to be in a contract with that person. You did not want to have to do business dealings with that person every single day. Yes, the money might have been nice. Yes, whatever you think it was may have been great. But at the end of the day, my dog's here, so I'm just petting my dog when I lean down. At the end of the day, you are, going to have to deal with the fact that you built this broken machine and call your reality, and the universe is just asking you to fix it. And a lot of people get so mad because Mercury's in retrograde. Oh my God, this didn't happen, and this didn't happen, and this happened, and this happened, and my computer went down. Computers glitch. Well, I didn't get that deal. Deals fall through. Well, the person didn't text me. Texts sometimes don't happen. And these things are real. Okay. And Mercury acts like the universe's messenger. And some people really hate it, but some people who are Scorpios like me, we love it because it's death and destruction. And I manifest so great in Mercury retrograde because it allows me to clean up every single thing that isn't working. And so I get to look at it and I get to say, okay, who should I be communicating less with and who should I be communicating more with? What should I be doing more of and what should I be doing less of? And so when we talk about that, we have to understand why the concept started coming, because of that magnetism that Mercury has when it comes around the planet. So Mercury, it is the planet that rules communication. It rules technology. It rules contracts, and it rules conversations. And so everything around that seems super glitchy and tapped out, and for a reason. Okay. And so the universe is looking at you saying, remember when you didn't finish that email or you wrote that really bad program and nobody bought it? It's time to rewrite it. Remember when you ended that friendship and now you're like, oh my gosh, I really was just like having an off day and I really do miss that person. This is the time to clean that up. This is the time to clear it up. Okay. Or if there's somebody that you should have cut off and you haven't cut off, that's my specialty, cutting people off. But it allows you to then make the choice to say, you know what, it's time for me to clean this up. So let's pretend that your reality is a house, beautiful house. Sure. Nice house. Okay. Good house, decent house, keeps you safe, keeps you warm, whatever you want to say. It's doing it. It's doing it. Now you buy the house and all of a sudden you have a foundation problem. And what happens when we have a foundation problem? The foundation gets unattached from the house to the earth. And so you think, well, I'm just going to get some paint and I'm going to paint it over and I'm going to make it look pretty and I'm going to put some spackle on it and no one will be able to tell the difference. Sure. To the naked eye, you really couldn't tell the difference, could you? No, probably not. But then the hurricane comes and the hurricane wipes the house off the slab. Completely gone. Now, did the hurricane take the house? Or was the crack that you avoided over and over and over again and you just put spackle and paint on the real reason? That, my friends, is Mercury retrograde. And your neural plasticity plus your beliefs shows you during this very special time what needs to be healed. So what is a great thing to do during Mercury retrograde? What should we be doing during Mercury retrograde? Well, if it were me, I would literally start looking for clarity. I would welcome clarity. I would say, okay, yes, I lost my job, but I really wasn't making enough money and that wasn't where I wanted to be anyway. Yes, the relationship ended. Probably should have ended months and months and months ago. Yes, it's time to move. And I hate packing up and I hate moving, but this cycle is done. And I understand that now I'm in Mercury retrograde and I'm asking for clarity and connection and communication from the universe. And the universe is like, hey, babe, this is what we're going to give you. We're going to ask you to clean everything up. We're going to ask you to be the keeper of your reality. So what should you be doing? I want you to review everything that's working and not working in your life first. Second, I want you to revise everything that isn't working in your life. So if we review it and we decide it's no longer worth putting energy into, it's no longer going to bring us joy, it's no longer going to allow us to manifest more, feel healed, feel connected, and feel protected, then it's time for it to be reviewed, right? So we're going to review, revise, and then reconnect with ourselves. And we're going to look at all the things in those categories that need to be looked at. And we're going to decide right now what is working and what's not working. What's not working, it's time to go. So I would take this Mercury retrograde time and start to journal. Put a question at the top of the page that is controversial and write for 15 minutes. Why am I avoiding this conversation? What would happen if I lost this job? Blah, 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 whatever it is. Put it out there. You know why? Fear is a motivator, and it also gives you clarity. Whenever I don't understand something, I literally will just sit there and journal about it because we have to get it out. Psychologically, we have to remove this energy. Energetically, we have to get this out of us and into the paper. And our brain actually produces more dopamine when we journal because we're releasing it. See, our brain wants to find equilibrium. It wants to get to a place where we're not worried and we're not in fear as much. So it wants balance. And once you start journaling and writing it all out, all of a sudden it's like, hey, we have balance. All right, so what's the next thing that I would suggest that you do during Mercury retrograde? Coaching. All right. Seriously, coaching, working with somebody like me. I'm a spiritual therapist. I'm a one-on-one manifestation, mindset, and energy coach. I help you look at your life, how it's going right now, and where you want to be. How it's going, where you want to be. Have a problem, how to resolve it. Okay. Editing. Look at all your programs. Look at everything that you're working on and start editing, removing, releasing, and letting go. All right. And so the last thing that I would do during Mercury retrograde is just decide to let that thing go. I know it can be hard. Maybe it was a person. Maybe it was the idea of moving somewhere. Maybe it was the idea of being in resolving this issue over and over again, and it's just not going to happen. And so in Mercury retrograde, what does it say? It says, babe, it's time for it to go. We got to say byes. We got to say goodbye. And so it's time for us to let it go. And and from that thing, what you're doing is you're integrating this new field of energy, this new possibility, and you're not absorbing the fear of it. Because what is fear? Fear is control. And if you want to have possession over something, you want something to be exactly how it has to be, you're in fear of it. Therefore, it owns you. You don't own it. And Mercury retrograde is like, hey, this is some place that you could really manifest from. Because if you're wasting an energetic leak on worrying about something, a text, a contract, travel, communication, something that you've created or something that isn't working, then you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your productivity, you're wasting your ability to manifest. Because Mercury retrograde doesn't ruin manifestations. It reveals which ones were built on bullshit and which ones need to be revised, rewritten, reviewed, and integrated. And once you understand that that is the process in which Mercury retrograde is here to help us resolve all of our problems, you will go in and you will start journaling. You will go in and you'll start either coaching yourself or doing meditations, or reaching out to me. I do a free 10-minute evaluation call where we can look at all the programs and practices that I have and help you decide on something. Twice a month on Tuesdays, I do a free 10 minutes. So I want you to understand that first, this is real. Okay. It's not something that you've just heard it somewhere. When Mercury comes in, this is what happens. We have glitches, we have computer problems, technology issues, communication is off because your wiring is just a little bit off. Okay. And then you have this confirmation bias that yes, everything's falling apart and Mercury's in retrograde, and so why even try? But the Mercury is the messenger. It's not the executioner. You're the problem. You know, Mercury retrograde isn't fucking you. You're fucking you. The planets aren't controlling you. Your response to the planet is what's controlling you. And so once you start to look at it differently and you realize I can't just put paint and spackle over these problems anymore. This is the universe's chance. It's begging and pleading for us to actually take care of business and do what we're supposed to do. And so I want to invite you to literally look at all the cracks. No more spackle, no more paint. Because when the hurricane comes in your life, I want you to feel fully supported and fully in control. So do those journaling. Go ahead and review everything. Go ahead and revise it and reconnect that energy with yourself. Because Mercury retrograde literally helps us open everything up, take a look at it, have a hard deep dive, burn some stuff to the ground, edit some other things, and call in our highest and best timeline. And so as you're rewriting this and as you're reviewing this and as you're reconnecting it, I want you to integrate this new perception, these new ideologies, this new way of creating so you can have an amazing time manifesting during Mercury retrograde because you're cleaning up the house. Think of it as like the ultimate Scorpio energy. Think of it as somebody who is just coming in here and saying, nope, 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 wrong, nope, doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work, nope. Here's the mirror. Here is the mirror, and I'm called Mercury. And so it reveals everything that we have been ignoring. So you've got the information, you know what to do. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to start writing and reviewing and doing all this stuff. But as you're doing it, I want to invite you to take a good hard look into what you're doing. If it's not January 1st, 2026, and you're watching or listening to this podcast. I have a brand new class called Soul Contract 2026, and it's a 5-week class with 11 live sessions. So 2025 was the year of 9 in numerology. That means that we are ending a huge karmic cycle. And so the next years start in 2026, the year of 1. And so in 2026, we will rewrite our soul contracts. And what does that mean? So for the first 5 weeks of 2026, you and I, plus 20 to 25 other people, will be in a Zoom for 11 weeks, rewriting, reshaping, and redirecting everything about 2026. So you guys really loved when I read your review last a couple of episodes. I got a lot of feedback on that. And so I decided that I would pull a review again and read another one since I have like 300 or 400 of these. All right. I'm just doing it from the most recent. Okay. So Michelle Rocks. Came across Michelle about 6 months ago and have learned so much. You hear so much of how to change your life out there, but she teaches you real application, doesn't sell you BS, and it's transforming me, raising my vibration. Learning manifestation, the only thing I ever asked for was abundance, never money. For me, it was a worry. For my daughter, it was life-threatening. She had a huge medical issue and had to go to the hospital. Oh. But I couldn't imagine how she would pay for it. How we would pay for it. I never manifested the actual bill. I just did what Michelle said and focused on joy and abundance. A couple of weeks ago, a strange letter showed up. It was from a nonprofit. We did not apply for this and didn't even know it existed. They had randomly oh my gosh, they had randomly paid off the entire $130,000 medical bill. Yes, Karen. Okay. The joy it brought to me knowing that we manifested this and she didn't have this hanging over our heads, blocking her for the future and myself, just a miracle manifested the way the universe saw it. Everything Michelle teaches, I do, and now I started coaching with her. She did. Thank you for being willing to share your knowledge, your guidance, and your teaching. The universe is such an abundant gift. You are such an abundant gift for the universe. Karen Joyce, South Carolina. Yes, Karen. So Karen manifested $130,000 because she moved forward in that energy. And that's what I'm talking about. So in Soul Contract 2026, you can make up to 10 payments, okay? If you sign up before, I believe it's 12/1/2025, and we will teach you exactly how to rewrite your ancestral contract. If you haven't dealt with the karmic energy of your ancestors, it's about time that you do. And for this, you can have a chance. You will be learning the techniques. We're going to be EFT tapping. We're going to be doing deep hypnosis. We're going to be doing shadow work. We're going to be doing mystical work. But it's all based in science and in psychology and in manifestation techniques, the law of attraction, the quantum physics, quantum energy. Once we rewrite our ancestral contract, we're also going to be doing things that you can keep in contact with this frequency all year long. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Then we're going to rewrite our love contract, okay? And not just like to find a significant other or to be happier in your marriage, but to be in love with life and yourself and get that spark back. Yes, baby. Rewrite that story, rewrite that contract. And then we're going to go into our health contract, and we're going to all in the year of one, we're going to rewrite and understand and integrate our health energy, because without health, it doesn't matter how much wealth we have. And the fourth is our wealth contract. And so we're going to rewrite our wealth contract so you understand how to raise your frequency to abundance, how to stay an abundant creator. Oh, it's 111 angels. Yes. Thank you, angels. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And so it helps us understand how to rewrite all four contracts. You're going to be in a live group class with me every single week. And if you miss a session, don't worry, it's recorded. And I want you to start off 2026 actually manifesting everything that you desire. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to rewrite all four contracts over those 5 weeks, build up your energy, get you totally prepared to manifest. And it's called Soul Contract 2026. Manifest your biggest, bravest, most abundant life ever. All right, you guys, I'm so proud of you. I want you to join Soul Contract 2026. The first 5 weeks are called A. And then if you want to continue, we have B and C, and that will be on the website. And you can go check that out. But I want you to get started in Soul Contract A and sign up right now. All right, you guys, let's do this together. I want to see you every single day. I want to help you rewrite your story. I want you to be the success story that I read, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people just like you waiting to change their lives. All right. So if you have never watched my podcast, we always finish with our frequency high. So we do this in unison, not just for ourselves, but for everybody who's listening and everybody who's hurting around the world. Join me in raising the collective consciousness right now. And in 3, 2, 1, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Us again. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything. Bills gone bad. Everything's working out for me. Money not in. Everything's working out for me. Boyfriend broke up with you. Girlfriend broke up with you. Partners broke up with you. Everything's working out for me. All right. Everything is always working out for us. And the way that you stay with this frequency is coming and joining my community, SSOM. It's right here in the show notes. All you got to do is click over and find it. And then you will be in sessions with me. So come on in, baby. The water is ready. Now, producers, it's time to cue that motherfucking music. All right. I love you. And until you hit play again, I will see you then. It's time to go manifest your miracles.